Welcome to Shon Stories.
Kids stories.
Mom stories.
Shon stories. Check it out.
Hey friends, today's stories are all about Black girl magic. I think all ethnicities should be celebrated, and if you're a little girl, I just want you to know that you're amazing, you're wonderfully made, and you are super awesome. So let's go ahead and get started. Ada Marie, said not a word till the day she turned 3. She bounced in her crib and looked all around, observing the world but not making a sound. She learned how to climb and made her big break, with a trail of chaos left in her wake. She ran through the day chasing each sound and sight, and didn't slow down till she conked out at night. Her parents were frazzled, but tried not to freak, as Ada grew bigger and still did not speak. Clearly young Ada, with lots in her head, would have something to say when it ought to be said. That's just what happened when Ada turned 3. She tore through the house on a fact-finding spree, and climbed on the clock just as high as she could. Her parents yelled, "Stop!" as all good parents would. Ada's chin quivered, but she did not cry. She took a deep breath and she simply asked, "Why?" Why does it tick and why does it talk? Why don't we call it a granddaughter clock? Why are there pointy things stuck in a rose? Why are there hairs up inside of your nose? She started with why, and then what, how, and when. By bedtime, she came back to why once again. She drifted to sleep as her dazed parents smiled at the curious thoughts of their curious child, who wanted to know what the world was about. They kissed her and whispered, "You'll figure it out." Her parents kept up with their high-flying kid, whose questions and chaos both grew as she did. Even Miss Greer found her hands were quite full when young Ada's chaos wreaked havoc at school. But this much was clear about Miss Ada Twist: she had all the traits of a great scientist. Ada was busy that first day of spring, testing the sounds that make mockingbirds sing, when a horrible stench whacked her right in the nose, a pungent aroma that curled up her toes. "Zowie," said Ada, which got her to thinking, what is the source of that terrible stinking? How does a nose know there's something to smell? And does it still stink if there's no nose to tell? She rattled off questions and tapped on her chin. She'd start at the start where she ought to begin. A mystery, a riddle, a puzzle, a quest. This was the moment that Ada loved best. Ada did research to learn all she could of smelling and smells, both the stinky and good. One hypothesis Ada thought could be true: the terrible stink came from Dad's cabbage stew. She tested and tested, but soon Ada knew it was time to come up with hypothesis 2. Then zowie, the stink struck again, just like that. Hypothesis 2, it's caused by the cat. The cat couldn't make such a stink on its own. It needed perfume and some fancy cologne. So young Ada tested. The test was a flop. She started again, but her parents yelled, "Stop!" Ada Marie, to the thinking chair now by the time we count 3. "Enough," said her mother. "That's it," said her dad. Her parents were frustrated, frazzled, and mad. "Why?" Ada questioned. Her mother said, "No." "What?" Ada queried. Her father said, "Go. You've ruined our supper, you've made the cat stink. Enough with your questions, now sit there and think. She looked at her parents. Her heart turned to goo. Poor Ada Twist didn't know what to do. She sat all alone by herself in the hall, and Ada once more could say nothing at all. And so Ada sat, and she sat, and she sat, and she thought about science and Stu and the cat, and how her experiments made such a big mess. Does it have to be so? Is that part of success? Are messes a problem? And while she was thinking, what was the source of that terrible thinking? And Ada Marie did what scientists do. She asked a small question, and then she asked two. And each of those led her to 3 questions more, and some of those questions resulted in 4. As Ada got thinking, she really dug in. She scribbled her questions and tapped on her chin. She started at why, and then what, how, and when. At the end of the hall, she reached why once again. Her parents calmed down and they came back to talk. They looked at the hallway and just had to gawk. No patch of bare paint could be seen on the wall. The thinking chair now was the great thinking hall. They watched their young daughter and sighed as they did. What would they do with this curious kid who wanted to know what the world was about? They smiled and whispered, "We'll figure it out." And that's what they did, because that's what you do when your kid has a passion and heart that is true. They remade their world. Now they're all in the act of helping young Ada sort fiction from fact. She asks lots of questions. How could she resist? It's all in the heart of a young scientist. And as for that smell, what can Ada Twist do but learn all she can with her friends in grade 2? Will they discover the stink that curls toes? Well, that is the question, and someday, who knows? Time for bed. Who hates those words more than anything? That's right, your monster. But we all know what happens when a monster doesn't get enough sleep. Massive monster tantrums, refusing to join the sneak up and scare your sister game, and falling asleep in his slug mush. Let's review a bedtime routine guaranteed to help any monster drift off into a peaceful nightmare land, rested and ready to play toss the slime ball with the rest of the kids and monsters. Don't ask your parents to help you. They know a lot about putting kids to bed, but nothing about putting monsters to bed. It's not their fault, they're just not good at it. Don't bring in your dog to cuddle. She'll bark and whine and chase your monster's tail, and your monster will growl and snarl and chase your dog's tail, which will lead to a monster meltdown. And who wants that, besides other monsters? Don't do the monster stomp. Your monster will wiggle his waggle, flick his fur, and clench his claws. And the next thing you know, he'll be shaking his bristly bottom and won't want to stop. And you'll be shaking your unbristly bottom, so it will be a big bottom shaking, waggle wiggling, fur flicking, claw clenching monster kid stomp, which will last all night. Save the monster stomp for daytime fun. This is bad. Don't have your monster count sheep. You know what will happen. And sheep aren't good for a monster's digestion. All that wool makes them gassy. Don't give your monster a glass of milk. Monsters hate milk unless it's sour and green and smells like dirty underwear. And if you give them sour, green, dirty underwear smelling milk, they'll stay up all night burping sour, green, dirty underwear smelling burps. And who wants that? Besides other you-know-whats. I know that's lots of don'ts. So if your monster won't go to bed, what do you do? Step 1. Pour your monster a nice big glass of calming, crunchy, oozy bug juice, slimed with ooey gooey snail trails. No monster can resist this. And maybe you can't either. Go ahead, take a sip. Step 2. Give your monster an ice-cold, shiver-inducing bath to relax him. And make sure to scrub behind his ears with mud soap. Step 3. Brush your monster's fangs until they are at their smelly, rotten best. And don't forget to floss. Step 4. Help your monster find his favorite squishy, squashy, can't go to bed without it toy. Put all the other monster toys in your parents' bed. They will appreciate your thoughtfulness. Step 5. Read the freakiest, creepiest, scariest story from your bookshelf, screaming where appropriate, and watch your monster's eyelids droop. If your monster asks for one more story, shout "No way!" and get ready for... Step 6. In the key of Screech, sing "Jock-a-bye, monster!" and listen to those gigantic monster snores, along with the snores of your family and maybe even the whole block. Congratulations! You've done it! Your monster has officially gone to bed. You are the master of monsters, the captain of creatures, the baroness of boogeymen. You're so good, everyone in your neighborhood will start asking you to help with their monsters. Uh-oh. Looks like that dragon won't put on her pajamas. And that werewolf won't stop howling. And that zombie is annoying the whole family. I know a lot about monsters, but nothing about dragons or werewolves or zombies. I'm out of here. Like the sun, I'm here to shine. Like the voice, I'm here to sing. Like the bird, I'm here to fly and soar high over everything. Like the trees, I'm here to grow. Like the mountains, here to stand. Like time, I'm here to be and be everything I can. Like the champ, I'm here to fight. Like the heart, I'm here to love. Like a ladder, here to climb, and like the air, to rise above. Like the wind, I'm here to push. Like a rope, I'm here to pull. Like the rain, I'm here to pour and drip and fall until I'm full. Like the moon, I'm here to dream. Like the student, here to learn. Like the water, here to swell. Like the fire, here to burn. Like the winner, I'm here to win. And if I don't get up again, I know that I may sometimes cry, but even then, I'm here to try. I'm not meant to be like you. You're not meant to be like me. Sometimes we will get along, and sometimes we will disagree. I know that we don't look the same. Our skin, our eyes, our hair, our frame. But that does not dictate our worth. We both have places here on earth. And in the end, we are right here to live a life of love, not fear. To help each other when it's tough, to say together, I am enough. It is a rainy day. Doc is at Emmy's house. Emmy and Alma are sisters. Alma has a new doll. Her name is Peaches Pie. She smells like peaches. Rudy the dog runs in. He is all wet. Rudy grabs Peaches Pie. Come back, Rudy! The girls chase Rudy. Let go, says Alma. Rudy lets go. Peaches Pie is all wet. She smells like wet dog. Alma is sad. Doc will help. The dock is in. The toys come to life. Something smells like wet dog, says Peaches Pie. The king wants a checkup. Doc will see him first. Lemmy starts her dance class. Peaches is a good dancer. Hermie dances close to Peaches. Her dress is smelly. Doc is ready for Peaches. Time for your checkup, she says. Chili whispers to Doc. Her dress smells bad. You have soggy dogatosis, says Doc. Peaches is sad. Doc knows what to do. Peaches Pie needs a bath. Everyone helps Peaches get clean. You're all sweet as pie, Peaches says. Peaches Pie is peachy clean. Oh, Emmy and Alma are coming. The toys go stuffed. Peaches Pie smells like peaches again. Peaches feels better. She is ready to go home. Thanks, Doc. she sat on Rooster's birthday cake.
So I hope you like our videos today. Don't forget to subscribe, share it,